Beware the goddess who dances with lions and weaves webs of destiny, whispered the wind through the ancient trees, echoing the legends of Inanna, the Sumerian goddess of love and war. Her name conjures images of beauty and power, of passion and destruction. But who is this enigmatic figure, and what tales lie hidden in the shadows of her mythos? In the heart of ancient Mesopotamia, where the Tigris and Euphrates rivers cradle the land, we find ourselves immersed in the rich tapestry of Sumerian mythology. Inanna, also known as Ishtar, was one of the most revered deities in the pantheon. She was the daughter of the moon god Nanna and the sister of the sun god Utu. Inanna embodied the duality of existence. She was the goddess of love, beauty, fertility, and war, a representation of the complexities of life itself. The Sumerians worshipped her in grand temples, where priests and priestesses would perform rituals to honor her. They believed that Inanna held the power to influence both the heart and the battlefield. Her stories are woven with themes of desire, conflict, and the eternal struggle between life and death. As we delve into her legend, we will uncover the many facets of Inanna's character and the lessons she imparts. Inanna's tale begins with her birth, a moment shrouded in mystery and divine intervention. It is said that she emerged from the sacred city of Uruk, fully formed and radiant. From a young age, Inanna exhibited traits that would define her as a goddess of immense power. She was not only beautiful but also fiercely independent, unafraid to challenge the status quo and assert her will. Throughout her life, Inanna took many lovers, each representing different aspects of her character. One of the most notable was Dumuzi, the shepherd god. Their love was passionate and tumultuous, a reflection of Inanna's dual nature. While she cherished Dumuzi, she was also aware of the impermanence of life and love. Their relationship would ultimately lead to heartache and tragedy, illustrating the fine line between love and loss. One of the most compelling stories of Inanna is her descent into the Underworld, a journey that reveals her strength and vulnerability. Driven by a desire to confront her sister Ereshkigal, the queen of the Underworld, Inanna donned her finest garments and set forth on her journey. As she approached the gates of the Underworld, she was met by the gatekeeper, who questioned her intentions. Inanna, undeterred, insisted on entering. With each gate she passed, she was stripped of her garments, symbolizing the shedding of her power and identity. Upon reaching Ereshkigal, Inanna was confronted by her sister's wrath. Ereshkigal, feeling threatened by Inanna's beauty and power, condemned her to death. Inanna's lifeless body hung on a hook, a grim fate for the goddess who once ruled the heavens. However, Inanna's story does not end in despair. The god Enki, known for his wisdom and compassion, learned of her plight and devised a plan to rescue her. He created two creatures, the Kurgara and the Galatur, who descended into the Underworld to retrieve Inanna's body. They offered Ereshkigal a potion, soothing her pain and allowing them to take Inanna back to the world of the living. Upon her resurrection, Inanna returned to the earth, bringing with her the knowledge of life and death. Her journey through the Underworld not only transformed her, but also the world around her. The cycle of life, death, and rebirth became a central theme in Sumerian culture, reflecting the agricultural rhythms of the land. Climax. The most terrifying aspect of Inanna's character emerges when her love is betrayed. Tammuz, a mortal shepherd, and her beloved, failed to mourn her properly upon her return from the Underworld. Inanna, feeling scorned and enraged, unleashed her wrath upon the earth. The fields withered and the livestock perished as she sought vengeance for Tammuz's perceived betrayal. Inanna's fury was not merely a reflection of her emotions. It was a demonstration of her power as a goddess. The people of Sume, recognizing her might, began to fear her as much as they revered her. They understood that love could easily turn to destruction, and that the goddess who brought life could also take it away. Inanna's judgment did not stop at Tammuz. She summoned the council of the gods to address the chaos she had unleashed. As the gods convened, they deliberated on the fate of Tammuz and the balance of the world. Inanna, embodying both love and war, demanded justice. The gods ultimately decided that Tammuz would spend half the year in the underworld with Inanna, symbolizing the cycle of death and rebirth. This decision brought balance back to the world as the seasons changed with Tammuz's absence and return. Inanna's actions taught the people of Sume about the importance of mourning, love, and the interconnectedness of life and death. Now we move into the falling action. The tension begins to ease, and the pieces start to fall into place. It's a moment of reflection and understanding as the characters come to terms with the events that have unfolded. Here, the consequences of their actions become clear, and the path forward starts to emerge. This is where the story begins to tie up loose ends, setting the stage for the final resolution. The journey has been long, but the end is now in sight. The legacy of Inanna. Inanna's tales became legends, passed down through generations. Her complex nature as a goddess of love and war resonated with the Sumerians, who saw her as a protector and a force of nature. The rituals dedicated to her continued, emphasizing the importance of honoring both love and the consequences of betrayal. As the centuries passed, Inanna's influence spread beyond Sumer. She became associated with various other deities in different cultures, embodying the universal themes of love, power, and the duality of existence. Her stories inspired countless works of art, literature, and religious practices, solidifying her place in the pantheon of ancient mythology. The worship of Inanna. Temples dedicated to Inanna flourished throughout Mesopotamia. Priests and priestesses engaged in sacred rites, invoking her name to bless marriages, ensure fertility, and seek victory in battle. The goddess's duality was celebrated in festivals, where songs and dances honored both her nurturing and fierce aspects. The people of Sumer understood that Inanna was not just a distant deity. She was a part of their lives. Her stories reflected their struggles, desires, and the ever-present cycle of life. They recognized that love and war were intertwined, and that understanding this duality was essential for navigating the complexities of existence. resolution. Inanna's legacy endures as a powerful reminder of the complexities of love and war. Her tales illustrate that both forces can create and destroy, nurture and devastate. The goddess embodies the dual nature of humanity itself, reflecting our capacity for compassion and our potential for conflict. As we reflect on Inanna's stories, we recognize the lessons they impart. Love, while beautiful, can lead to heartache, and power, while empowering, can also bring destruction. Inanna teaches us to embrace both aspects of our nature, to acknowledge our vulnerabilities, and to find strength in our connections with others. Call to action. What do you think of Inanna's story? Have you ever experienced the duality of love and war in your own life? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. If you enjoyed this exploration of ancient mythology, don't forget to check out our next video, where we'll dive into the tales of other fascinating deities. Join us as we continue to unravel the mysteries of the past.